I'm Scott L. Miller. It is the 16th of September 2022. It is Friday, and I am on my way to a meeting in the San Juan neighborhood in the far east of Leon. And in my rush to get out of the house today to take the camera with me and get to this meeting, I completely forgot to grab the microphone, and I don't have a dead cat for the mic that is on the camera. So I do not have great audio as I bring you guys along with me, which really sucks. I try not to do that. So this was my one chance of the day to get a bunch of video work done, and I don't have the microphone, but I do not have time to turn around and go back and get it. So unfortunately, it's street and wind noise. So that is the start of the day. It has been a busy morning. I'm heading out to an important meeting that hopefully I will be able to fill you guys in on more as I come back. So I'm gonna head that way. I'm gonna take some walking video for you guys because that doesn't use audio and at least make some use of this time. Let's get going. All right, so sorry but I didn't have a microphone earlier this morning, so I'm out recording again. I'm doing a lot of walking today. I'm currently, my watch is not gonna show me how far I've walked, but I've walked quite a bit today already, and since I had to walk anyway, I did a long recording of going through Leon for you. So this is the city of Leon in high speed. As I zip all through the city, I went from the southwest corner in La Barrio all the way to the northeast side of El Centro and back again. So you get a really good view here of a bunch of the city, lots of different parts I don't tend to walk very often. So if you're a regular on the show, you may notice that a lot of this is not stuff you see typically when I'm out walking, and the parts you do see, it kind of connects everything together. So this is a continuous walk over a massive amount of area. This is like 9,000 steps that I did. So this is a few miles that I walked around the city, and it's I think it's pretty cool. I love doing these little shows for you, and it's neat that you get to see all this. So today was just a regular busy morning. I was trying to deal with the dog who had the accident last night and getting them to an x-ray. That turned into a disaster today, such a mess, but dealt with that a lot of the morning. Had to do my regular work today, had to do some video stuff, of course, and then I had this meeting that I went to in this long hyper walk that I did for you guys, and that was a big part of my day. It was a long time to get out there, do the meeting, long time back, but I'm really excited. We are able to announce the soft announcement that April and I are working on our new show together, Central America Living. We are going to be focusing on lifestyles and homes across Central America. So pretty much the kind of content that you guys have been really hinting to me that you guys like from this channel, but taken to a whole new level. So here, this is my vlog. So this is my life in Nicaragua, which I think has a certain level of interest. And for sure, I appreciate everyone who's here, and please don't leave. But we're also now looking at doing a much more formal show that would remind you of something on like HGTV, House Hunters International, something like that. But not a real estate show, a show where we're really showing the actual homes, apartments, furnishings, decorations, neighborhoods of Central America, of a large region with a kind of a formal format of taking you through and showing the actual homes. Because what we want to do is we want to break down some of those historic barriers. We want to really open up what we have here in Central America so that not only that many of my viewers, of course, are extranjeros or foreigners, but we also have local viewers. And it's actually something that both April and I are like, this is exactly the show we would want to watch, right? We want to see homes, we want to see neighborhoods, we want to see all these things, because even in other regions in the United States or whatever, when you walk around and see a neighborhood, you don't know what the inside of houses are really like. You only see the facade, and it gives you some idea, but it's not the same as really digging into what's the lifestyle like, what would it be like to be in this place, and how would you decorate it, what would a local do to decorate it, what would it be traditional or whatever. And we want to take that and go to the Central American market and bring you guys with us and go into real homes and jump in and I have to un momento, hold on, un momento, aquí. And we want to show you guys the real homes and get behind these facades. Because look at these buildings, right? All these buildings around us, you don't know what's in behind them. You don't know what the homes that are here look like. And this is a constant complaint that we've had in everything that we do down here, that we try to talk about what the homes are like and give you an idea, but everything's behind these facades that are so colonial. I'm going to turn around a little bit, and like, this is a hostel here. You would never guess if it wasn't for the sign. And this home here could be nothing, or it could be something really, really special. And the style here makes everything so hidden, and most of Central America is this way, that even if you live here, it's very difficult to have an idea of what anyone else's home is like. And so we want to open up homes and apartments and take you behind the scenes in living in Central America in a completely different look than you would ever get in any other type of media, and present an actual view of what a life here can be, because we think that's going to be really, really exciting and something that people want. And then today, after I got back, I did some errands and I'm back, and La Avenida is a new restaurant that I just discovered as I was doing that speed walk for you guys just a few minutes ago. So I came back here and we are headed inside, and I'm just taking you with me because this is gorgeous. This is not something I expected to find in Leon. This is a completely different style. Leon has fancy stuff, but this is exceptionally modern for Leon. So I'm excited to check this out and bring you guys with us. So as far as I know, this place just opened. I've never seen it before, and I've been down here a bit. So come on in and let's go get a drink and see what's going on. All right, we came into the restaurant and we got a surprise guest that we were not expecting.
Hey.
This is Frank, who has been following the channel for some time and is here in Nicaragua looking for a home.
In Leon, Nicaragua, here with my wife, who's from Leon, and I'm from the United States, from Miami. And here with some beautiful people at this restaurant.
This is La Avenida.
Yeah.
And
with beautiful technical support, who helps me with everything that I need to get around and get things done when it's needed, and the information, and my wife's brother, who's helping me out also. And it's so wonderful to see Mr. Miller finally at last, and really a pleasure. And thank you guys, and come on down because this place is special. And Kat, we miss you. I know you'll see the video, but we miss you and love you. Sorry I didn't see you when you were down here. Bye.
All right, guys, we're gonna show more of the restaurant. We're gonna get something to eat, and we'll be back later. We just left La Avenida. That was a great find. We found out, so I knew when I walked by today that I'd never seen it before, and I'm here all the time. They opened on Saturday, so they've only been open for 6 days. So we're one of the first ones to go there. Really cool place, great venue, absolutely beautiful. It's really a bar, so it's mostly drinks. They do have food, but they don't have a huge selection of food, and for vegetarians, it's extremely small, as in possibly none, but there is like, I got a salad, but it came with chicken, so I had to take that off and give it away, but you can. And I'm sure if you know to ask, just it caught me by surprise. So we just had drinks and a snack there. We're heading to the Super Express to do a little bit of shopping. I need to get my first ever Nicaraguan phone number, so I'm working on doing that right now. Gonna get a Tigo card, at least that is the plan. And then we are heading to Dr. Bird for another new restaurant that just opened 2 weeks ago, and we haven't found yet, but we tried it several nights ago, did not find it. And then I did a bunch of walking, as you've seen in the videos, located it. Or actually, I'm not sure you will have, I think I did that in the future in the video sense. No, that was, yeah. I'm getting lost as to what video I'm doing. So you saw the video where I went and found Dr. Bird, but I have not had a chance to go there yet. So I'm heading there now after the Super Express so that we can check it out as well. It's a new restaurant Friday night here in León, Nicaragua, as we explore what's going on in the city. So we're heading over to Super Express. We're doing that now, then we'll go there. All right, we went to Super Express and they had nothing that we needed, including no Tigo card, which when I was in Guatemala, we tried to get a Claro or whatever, because that's what's big up there. We tried to get a Claro card and we couldn't buy them anywhere because you had to go to like a Claro store instead of just a regular store that sold Claro. And so that's the only time I've ever tried to get one. That was trying to get one for Valentina. It was like a huge undertaking. We eventually just like gave up because it was so hard to find a Claro store because she doesn't use Claro in Mexico. But here I was told by people who do it all the time that you can just buy them anywhere, that they sell the Tigo and Claro phone numbers and the cards themselves all over the place. And they do kind of seem like they're advertising that at a bunch of the pulperias. They say get your card here, not get your refill, but get your actual card. But we just tried it at a Super Express, which is a pretty big thing, right? That's not like a little thing owned by a mom and pop. That's like a big corporate thing, and they did not have it. So we don't know where we're headed now. They didn't have anything that we needed, so we're off heading to Dr. Bird again. We actually got lucky. On our way walking to Dr. Bird Bar and Grill, we actually ran into a Tigo dealer who was a little bit larger than the average mom and pop. It's not a pulperia, it's actually a little private Tigo dealer, and stopped in there and they had the cards. So I'm going to tell you really quickly on the pricing. I am going to do a future episode that talks about phones and stuff down here, so there's not a lot of details, but stopped in, got a new SIM card, cost 90 cords. That's a little bit less than $3, probably off the top of my head somewhere around $280, $285. And I think that came with like 1 day of service, something really basic, but that gives you a phone number, right? So you get a SIM card and you get a number. They pull out like, it looks like a fake ID dealer, right? They pull out a whole thing of cards and they're all hooked together and you can pick out a number that you want. Of course, just take the first one, like who cares what number you get? And then they activate it, which just takes a second. They'll put it in the phone for you, and that's 90 cord and you're up and running. But it's not gonna give you very much time. That's really just to give you a number and a card, and then you're good to refill it with whatever you want. We tried to refill with the 7-day. That's the plan I recommend, but they made a mistake and refilled it with a 5-day. So that cost roughly another 70 cord and gave me 5 days of service. So I'm good to get started. I started using the card immediately. It turned right on, started working, no issues whatsoever. And I have an iPhone, so I have no issue just popping it in. I don't have to do away with my other one. So I have both numbers active all the time. I'm gonna turn around. This cute dog is trying to get into his house. This is the same house I showed the other day, and he's kind of a puppy, and I see him from time to time, and he's being all cute, jumping up at the door. They probably just let him out a minute ago. He's definitely fine. It is actually raining on me. You can't really tell, but it's been sprinkling on and off. So it's actually a pretty gorgeous day as I record this. Anyway, so I have 5 days of service. That's where I am. I have both of my numbers. So if you're trying to reach me on my American T-Mobile, that is still working. No, I don't answer the phone, but if you text me or whatever, that comes through. But my Nicaragua number is now my primary on Tigo. So I'm very excited about that. I have been wanting to get a local number for a long time because here the speeds on T-Mobile are slow, obviously, and the speeds on Tigo are incredible, like as much as 350 megabits per second. So really, really fast. It's a completely different experience. So you can do things like watch YouTube as you're out in the car or whatever. You can stream live events, all while not having to be on Wi-Fi. That's pretty incredible. Those aren't things I'm used to being able to do in the United States. And I have gone for a year and a half now with insanely slow service, and not able to do calls to locally or anything, just in case that ever comes up. It really doesn't, but just in case. I haven't had that. So a lot of things are just gonna work way better now. It's gonna make my life a lot easier. And soon we'll be switching the kids as well. We're actually gonna get rid of their US numbers and take them only to either Tigo or Claro numbers here in country, because it just makes sense. So we headed on from there and went to Dr. Bird and met up with Paul and Dominica, who were coming out for dinner. So the four of us went out and hung out and did dinner at Dr. Bird. And so it's a cool new restaurant, and they really are putting in a big effort. So I was very happy with the service. Everyone was super attentive. It was pretty nice. Now for us, the menu is really limited. We think they're only like a week or two old. I think they're pushing 2 weeks old, and they had just figured out, because if you watch my other episode on addresses, they had not figured out how to tell people where they were, but they've been relatively busy just because they're new, so people are making an effort to come out. So they had a fair number of people, but the menu is tiny. The wait staff is really, really friendly, and they try really hard, but they seem to be struggling. They have the music up too loud, so they can't hear people placing orders. Our orders ended up pretty wrong, but you can tell where they made the mistakes. And it's like, oh, they thought I ordered a more common thing rather than the less common one. They only heard one word from it and just ran with it, because what I wanted to get was the crab quiche, and what they gave me was the stuffed crab, right, which I was interested in, so I wasn't upset, and I had it. And sí, perrito, él está en su cama. And everyone knows my dogs because I walk with Clive and Mia all over the place, and so they're kind of famous, and everybody's used to seeing me with them. And when I come out with only one of them or on my own, everybody's like, "Where's your dogs?" So hey, speaking of, I just scared this dog. He was like, "Wait, someone talked to me? Why are you talking to me?" And so it was good, right? My food was good. Wasn't what I was looking for. We wanted to get food for the girls, but they would only want the quiche. And since we didn't get the quiche to try, we didn't know if they would like it. So we didn't get food for the girls from there. We just decided to get them food at home. It was just safer. Paul wasn't super happy with his. Dominica was unable to get stuff that she had, it came differently than described. And the pictures, because they've been posting the food on their Instagram, and she was like, "Oh, this looks perfect," went and ordered the food from their Instagram, and they had already changed how they make it. And so things that safely came without onions and peppers, remember she's allergic to them and cannot eat anything that's touched them, came completely loaded with them, and she had checked the photos to make sure that she knew what she was ordering, which was just grilled fish. So little things like that, they haven't gotten ironed out yet, but it's early. They really did a nice job with their service and everything. The place is cute. It's certainly more of a bar right now. Hopefully they'll have more menu in the future. The one biggest thing that we were disappointed in is that their menu was really just mostly another Nicaraguan menu. The fact that it's supposed to be a Jamaican restaurant or Caribbean at all, it feels like a lot of that was lost. There was extremely little to it that was different than just the colors of the building. Yes, they were Caribbean, but the food, there was a few items like the stuffed crab that I got and the quiche items that we didn't get to try. Those things seem like they're probably not traditional Nicaraguan, but most of the food that we were able to get was only a tiny variation on normal Nicaraguan food and not what we would expect from a Jamaican restaurant. So a lot of the flavors and like the jerk flavors and the spicier stuff and all those kinds of things that you're like, oh, we'll get something completely different. We didn't really get that. So we were disappointed from that perspective, but the restaurant was nice. I'm sure we'll be back. It was not a bad experience. It was just, it wasn't what we were hoping for. And so that was a little bit disappointing, but trying out 2 new restaurants today, that was pretty cool. We had a nice time doing that and discovering where things are. We went and made some food for the kids and called it a night. So it was a pretty busy day of exploring things, getting a new phone and all that. Thanks for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. Ask your questions. Are you thinking about moving to Nicaragua? What do you want to know? Where do you want me to go? What do you want to see? What do you want to know about? Let me know. I will see all of you tomorrow.